Joining me now, Congressman Rob Wittman of Virginia. It's great to see you, sir. Okay, we have divided Democrats in chaos. They're finger-pointing at President Biden, who is finger-pointing and blaming Trump for historic losses on his watch. Can you figure this one out?
It's puzzling. If you look at what happened in Virginia, it was pretty clear. Glenn Youngkin connected with folks across the Commonwealth. He connected with issues on education, on the economy, on public safety. He wanted to empower people, not government. That's the opposite of what Democrats want to do. Democrats want to grow government. They want to do even more in the overreach area that people just don't want. And what we saw was a clear message, not just in Virginia, but in New Jersey, in Washington, in Minnesota, where people said no to the Democrat agenda and said, we want to take back our government.
You know, Hispanics voted for Glenn Youngkin by a 9-point margin. But, the media is claiming that Youngkin is racist when minorities went for Youngkin. You know, we've got progressives doubling down. The far-left squad has been silent on the rise of black conservative Winsome Sears and her historic victory in Virginia as the new lieutenant governor. Winsome Sears, sir, is making this essential point. Americans have been trying to get through to a tone-deaf media and Washington for months. We're not a racist country. Stop lecturing us. Improve our lives. Focus on kitchen table issues. Let's watch new Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears. Watch.
And what I want to say to black people, Asian people, whatever, minorities, Latinos, whatever, don't allow political parties to divide us. Don't allow political parties to use whatever grievances that have been historically against you to force you to look at them as the savior so that they can swoop in and think they're saving you when all they're doing is pitting one race against the other, one race against the other. You know, and so the Democrats, they really don't have the solutions. And so when you look at the Democrat-run cities, the Democrat-run counties, states, they're losing. The neighborhoods are the worst. The schools are the worst. Everything, it's the worst. So, you know, what I want for us as black people, just leave us alone. If you want to vote Democrat, then do so. You want to vote Libertarian, do so. Whatever you want to be it. This is America. This is freedom. Who died and left you in charge of all of us as black people so that we could be corralled into doing what you want us to do? I thought you said that you are the tolerant folks. If you're tolerant, that means you allow other ideas to percolate. You don't want just ideas that you agree with, because then you see we wouldn't be living in America. We would be living in a totally different country. Nobody wants that.
Congressman Wittman, what do you say to that?
Listen, I think Winsome is spot on. I had the chance to have conversations with her throughout the campaign, and she is all about empowering people. She's about looking past differences in people and finding common ground to get solutions to the problems that people face each and every day. She's about uplifting minority communities, about empowering people, about making sure they have economic freedom, to make sure they have school choice. Those things that she knows and we all know will make life better. Not pigeonholing them, not saying, hey, there's one place that these individuals need to be addressed through, that we need to be addressing everyone and addressing them based upon the issues that are important to them and their families. I think Winsome has it spot on.
But you have MSNBC and CNN pundits saying that this was a racist, white supremacist election. But then you have Winsome Sears, right? What's with all this hyperbole over on those networks? I mean, they're claiming that CRT is misinformation. It's documented. It's a real thing. They can go into school board archives nationwide and see the documents there. We've seen them. So what's with the coverage of this?
Well, the reality is it's an historical day in Virginia. The first black female elected to statewide office. The first Latino elected to statewide office. Not a word by the squad or folks on the Democrat side congratulating them. The media then calls this racist. It's not racist at all. And it really is, too, about, I think, issues that are important to all sectors of our community and making sure that we do things that are to the benefit of everyone, from the suburbs to the cities to the countryside.
Yeah, and you know what
Those
the
are
other thing
things
too
that
is
Winsome and Jason ran on.
this is also the federal government stepping into local issues, education. You know, JFK and Carter opened the door into that. Buried in the Biden plan is a push to nationalize now preschool programs, put preschool children under the direction of the Education Department in D.C. Do we really want preschoolers in the, under the purview of Washington? Your final word.
No, education decisions are made best at the local level between parents and school systems, and making sure, too, that school boards are reaching out to parents. You saw the backlash when school boards don't do that. Parents have gone from not knowing their school board members to now running for the school board. That, I think, is what the issue was in Virginia, and I think across the nation.
Congressman Rob Wittman, it's great to have you on. Come back soon.